Hey there, Clashers, welcome back. Willie here, and we've got some Yeti Smash replays to take a look at. So we've got a few different replays here for the Town Hall 13 Yeti Smash attacks, and we're going to see just a little bit of how effective this army is right now in the meta. Now, of course, the defense still hasn't quite caught up with all of the offense upgrades, so I'm not really going to do a detailed 3-star strategy, how to breaking down the attacks. Not quite yet anyway. I'm going to wait until defense catches up just a little bit, and then we're going to start getting into breaking down those attacks against max bases. In the meantime, we are going to take a look at how the Yeti attacks are doing in the current defensive state of the game. Okay, kicking things off, we have Sebreakov coming in, and he does have 4 P.E.K.K.A.s and the 5 Yetis here. You're going to see the King start off up here, and then he's going to send in the P.E.K.K.A.s along the northeast side of the base. They're going to start getting things cleared out, and then he's going to actually be able to jump right into the base, and he's going to send in the Yetis and the healers behind, as well as the siege barracks and the Queen and Warden. So there's the siege barracks, the jump spell is in, here come the Yetis, the healers, pretty much everything else for the rest of this attack. So the Eagle is active now. The single target Inferno did take out a P.E.K.K.A., but everything's starting to move its way into the base. He uses that quad quake, that's going to open up everything in the middle of the base here. So the well-timed Warden ability there, that keeps the healers alive and blocks that damage from the Town Hall as everything moves in. Single target Inferno is just about to go down. There it is. Now he's just got some multi-Infernos, and he's going to be able to heal off the damage from most of those in the middle. So everything's working its way through. He did have Hog Riders come out of the CC after the siege barracks broke down. So those hogs are actually going to work their way around the outside edge as everything else is working on the buildings down here. So the hogs are going to work their way through that scatter shot up there. Everything's going to start coming together down here on this side of the base. Second scatter shot is about to go down, and these are level 2 scatter shots. They go down fairly easily, at least it seems to, with this attack. And the Hog Riders are going to continue through. They've only got a couple more defenses left. Everything else is just clean up around the outside. He's got Wizards down, taking care of that, making very quick work of this base. And this is a very nice 3-star here from Seb. Next up, we've got Augustus coming in with a similar approach, so we will see the quad quake once again coming down in the middle of the base. This time starting off with a Warden walk on the top side and a King on the other side, and we will again see the jump spell from the outside straight into the Town Hall. So the King and the Warden are getting that funnel done, and then once the funnel on the Warden side is completed, the Yetis can come in and start working their way in towards the Town Hall, and they will pull the Warden with them, of course. So the middle of the base is opened up now with the quakes, and just waiting on that Warden to get things done on that army camp before the Yetis can start coming in. So the army camp's going down, here come the Yetis, and then the jump spell is going to be placed, and they're going to start pushing their way into the base. So there they go, taking out the enemy King, and now working in towards that Town Hall. The damage from the Eagle Artillery is coming down, and that's triggering the Yeti Mites to start coming out and working on these defenses. He does get the transfer of the healers from the Grand Warden there. Of course, the sweeper's making things a little bit tricky, but they do hit that rage, and they start working their way right on into the middle of the base there with the Yetis. So all single target Infernos on this base, not going to be a huge problem there. We do have the Royal Champion and the Stone Slimer coming in from the outside. That's going to help clear out some defenses on this end of the base. That is making things a little bit tricky with the single target Inferno there. Takes out the Royal Champion fairly quickly. Not getting a whole lot done with that. Over here, same thing. We got the single Inferno targeting the Queen, but the Queen's hitting her ability. And over here, we got the Stone Slimer popping and some balloons coming out there. Looks like we had a couple of red balloons in the mix there. Not sure what's going on with that. But anyway, they're getting that haste spell, getting some more defenses taken out. And 4 more balloons out of the army camps will come in from the bottom side and get a couple more buildings taken down before they get taken out. Some cleanup has started up here with the wizard and some minions, and I believe there's a little bit more cleanup over here. So this attack is winding down now, but he has the queen left, the warden left, and a healer, and the healer is going to be able to give just a little bit of health at a time back to the queen as she works her way back down to these defenses on the bottom side of the base. So plenty of firepower left. Wizards over here, they do find a giant bomb, and then the wizard tower is taking out the minions, so the cleanup is getting taken out, but the queen's going to be able to push through. We're going to speed up the cleanup as Augustus is able to pick up this triple. Alright, taking a look at this base here. So we've got Seb coming in once again, pretty much a very similar approach. This base here, not quite max, but he's got quite a few things upgraded, so a lot of heavy defenses on this base. And getting that funnel established on the northwest side here. The P.E.K.K.A.'s working on buildings around the outside, King's doing the same thing over here. Here come the siege barracks, and then the jump spells place, that's going to get things headed in towards the town hall. So you can see the approach is basically to get the town hall out of the way as early as possible, and then open up the main part of the base with the earthquakes, and that gives the Yetis access to pretty much everything else that they need to get to. So the healers are on the Yetis. Here comes the shots from the eagle. The town hall does activate. The queen is going to be able to get that taken down fairly quickly. So down it goes before he loses too many healers. Actually, I don't think he lost any healers, but they were getting targeted there. So the eagle's just about to go down to the royal champion. He did have that Warden's Eternal Atone activated, keeping all that damage off of the Yetis as they push their way in. And again, he had those Hog Riders coming out of that CC late, so after the Siege Barracks breaks down, it sends those Hog Riders out, and they can start working their way around the outside. They didn't get a whole lot done, but they did get some defenses taken off of the field, and the Yetis are starting to thin out here on the bottom. They do get that Inferno Tower taken down, so they have one more Inferno to go through, and one more Expo as well. It looks like the Yetis are now completely out of the picture, but the Royal Champion's still up, and the Queen is there. She still has her ability, and there are just a couple of defenses left. He's got some cleanup troops started around the outside, some wizards and archers, and the Queen hits her ability, gets through that archer tower. No more defenses left on the base, it's just a matter of cleanup at this point. And another great hit from Seb. Alright, so we've got one last example of this attack for this recap, and so we've got Seb coming in, same army again on a different style of base. This base is actually way more open than some of the previous bases, and it actually makes things quite a bit easier. So, started the king out in the north, and some wizards there to help back him up, easily going to get that funneled out, get those buildings out of the way. P.E.K.K.A. over here doing the same thing on this east corner, and now he can send everything basically right down the gut of this base. Jump spell comes down, poison spell for the troops that are coming out of the CC. It looks like an ice golem with a witch and maybe a few archers in there. Not a big deal for the poison spell. The freeze is down. I think that may have been the ice golem actually, but in any case the town hall goes down. And the Warden's ability is activated, keeping everything nice and healthy. Got everything opened up with those earthquakes. He's going to get to the eagle fairly quickly here and get that shut down as well. Here come the Hog Riders on the back side out of the CC. They are going to split up and get some things taken down all the way across this base here. So in the meantime, the Inferno Tower is going down over here. He's got the King and Queen working together up on the top side. Yetis are going in at the Tesla farm down here on the bottom of the base. He does have the enemy Royal Champion to contend with. She just took out those couple of Hog Riders that came down this way. Not going to be a problem for the Yetis. They're going to switch to her fairly quickly. They've got a P.E.K.K.A. in there as well, so they will make very quick work of her. And now his Royal Champion's coming in, helping to take down some of these defenses. He has hit her ability already. Some Hog Riders coming through. He dropped a balloon in. That's going to help push them through the last few defenses here. All of the defenses are done now, and it is just cleanup and another great hit here from Sebrayakov. And that'll be it for this recap, keeping things a little bit on the short side here. But in any case, we are seeing success with the Yeti Smash. I'm interested to see how well that plays out as the defenses and the bases continue to upgrade. Some things I have not seen a whole lot of yet are upgraded wizard towers and the upgraded hidden Teslas. For now, it looks like everybody's focused on the scatter shots and the inferno towers, of course, the eagle and the town hall, which makes sense. Those are the heavier base or the heavier defenses on the base. But I feel like of course, the wizard towers are going to make a difference, as well as the hidden Teslas. Those have always been a big source of damage. And honestly, we're not going to have to wait a whole lot longer to see how that works out, because we do have ESL coming up fairly early in January. I know I'm planning to have everything on my base maxed by then, so we will be able to see how well these attacks are doing against that, and we will bring the video back, and we will probably do it in a strategy video format, so we'll break down the attack, see exactly how people are getting the triples against max bases. But in the meantime, enjoy these attacks. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe for more Clash of Clans content. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I will see you next time.